We're even seeing a faster, pun intended, growth in the fast space. And one stat I read this morning was that just between January and June of 2022, there were 213 fast channels that were added, which is actually 17% growth rate in that space in particular. So all of the shifting of dollars between these three main CTV components has really kept us on our toes, but makes it even more important for us to have the inventory available for our advertisers, even before they're ready for that change in terms of shifting dollars. So these are just some of the main examples of the inventory we offer today. And given the movement in the space and how quickly it's going, we're adding more on a daily basis.
Perfect. And I think the other key stat and insight that we wanted to surface today was really taking advantage of some of the information that we have available within our marketplace at Beachfront Media. We have access to a tremendous amount of data in terms of understanding what's being transacted on in the connected TV space. So we thought it might be helpful just to showcase the categories that we're seeing in terms of the largest adoption rate. So you'll see here that entertainment is definitely the #1 genre in terms of content consumption in connected TV, followed by news and then documentaries. The other bucket, it's kind of might be hard for you guys to read what those categories are, but that's really made up of 4 or 5 different categories like reality television, movies, law, thriller, etc. But point being is some of these insights being surfaced to the buying community might help you get a better idea of where consumers are spending their time and how better to reach them when they're enjoying video content. Connected TV, there's definitely a lot of opportunity here. There are some challenges that are being, that persist in the marketplace that we're trying to develop technology to help solve for. But a few things to keep in mind when activating are, first and foremost, because I just showed you how some of those ad slots are delivered in individual ad pods, there is a need to make sure that competitive separation happens. The example of that would be if you are, let's say, Oil of Olay, and you are running in a particular ad pod, you don't want to be followed by a Dove ad, right? Or if you're Pepsi, you don't want to be followed by Coke. In traditional online video environments, that doesn't really happen so much, but in the connected TV environment, it could. And so ensuring that competitive separation is adhered to is definitely important for your brand's perspective, but also from a user perspective as well. Another thing that's important to keep into consideration is ad deduplication or ad duplication. I think the idea here is that, again, because there's multiple ads that could be running in one ad pod, you don't want the same brand to show up back to back in a 15 and a 15 or a 30 or a 30. So ensuring that you're controlling for frequency and then also have measures in place for ad deduplication is really important in the space as well. And then in terms of an opportunity, I would say something that's kind of exciting that's been brought to the connected TV space, kind of, again, taking a nod from linear, is the ability to choose the ad slot within the ad pod. So traditionally in linear television, the first ad slot and the last one, which is adjacent to content, those cost the most because the TV viewership is typically higher. Same thing holds true in connected TV. There's now tech in the space that allows you to choose the actual ad slot that you want to provision for your advertiser. And then the same thing holds true. Definitely the publishers are going to charge more because they know those are more premium placements. But I think it is exciting to know that that is new tech that's being delivered and you can take advantage of now. The last thing I'll call out is really this idea of like lightening of the ad loads. So from a traditional TV perspective, in an hour-long period of show, there's usually like 14 minutes of ads. So same thing, 30 minutes of content, it would be around 7 minutes of ads. Connected TV space, we're seeing a bit smaller ad load. And so the reason I call that out is because it could create a bit of a scarcity of supply there. So it's just something to take into consideration and be aware of in this space.